Hi guys, I'm going to do a quick overview of Salesforce Nonprofit Success Pack. That's what NPSP stands for. Um, when you log in to Salesforce, first you're going to see this getting started thing. It has some cool features here. Eventually we kind of get rid of this page because it becomes, it's not as important later on once everybody's gotten used to it. But for now, it's great because you have sort of like a how-to series and video. You have internal Salesforce training on the trailhead. And this has hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of different trainings for every little kind of use case you might have. There is a nonprofit community of Salesforce users called the Power of Us Hub, and so you can log into that and ask any questions to the broader community. And then there's some other kind of like technical stuff that you can look into, but later, once everybody's used to it, you're actually going to come to this home page, and this is totally customizable. Right now, this is sort of the out of the box look, and so they have this little chart here, and then they have some recent items, etc. But we can change all of this to be exactly what we want. We can have metrics, literally anything that we want to be able to see right here. We want to see, like, let's say a dashboard of where we're at right now in the COVID campaign. We can do that. It'll be front and center. So in terms of most of what we do in fundraising, we have four main tabs that we use. First is the accounts. Accounts are entities. They could be households, but they could also be foundations, companies, you name it. And we can actually decide how to categorize that with something called record types. But you can see here we've got some households, we've got some foundations, we've got an organization in there, etc. So again, accounts are the fundamental building block in Salesforce, and those comprise of entities that are not individuals. Individuals are tracked through this tab called contacts. Not to get confused with Abila, where we have contacts that mean like, sort of a touch with the person, or some kind of relational action that we take. That's not the same here. Here we're talking about individuals, and so I've got some preloaded phonies in here. Every contact has an account, and in the NPSP household account model, every contact actually has a household type account. And so that's where donations are stored, and I'll get to that in a second. But you can have multiple contacts in a single household. So for example, if I wanted this, Lorianne is my partner, and if I wanted to put Lorianne and me in the same household, we could actually do that by going to that household and then doing some manage household situation. I'm going to do that real quick just to show you what that looks like, as long as my internet is working quickly enough. It's fairly simple. All I have to do is look for the other contact. Right now I'm in the Wilhite household, so I'm going to look up Lorianne Lima. I'm going to push the little plus to add her. I'm going to keep her in the household naming and all of that stuff. So now you'll see that the household name is actually Wilhite and Lima household, and you'll see the informal greeting, the formal greeting, etc. I'm going to click save. And so now when I go back to my contacts tab, I'm going to see those same people. Refresh real quick. But now it's going to look a little different there in the Wilhite Lima household. Okay, pretty simple. But contacts are individuals, and for You can put multiple individuals in a single household. Okay. Next thing is opportunities. Opportunities is what we might think of as gifts or donations. The problem with all those kinds of words is that it just depends on what kind of thing it is. So an in-kind donation, a corporate contribution, a foundation grant, all those are just different words for the same thing. So in Salesforce, we call those opportunities. Um, so in order to create an opportunity, every opportunity has to have an account, similar to every contact. Every contact has to have an account. So the opportunities are actually stored in the account, not on the contact record. This creates automation for things like soft credits. It just makes the overall way that data is held way simpler and way more intuitive. Um, so the next thing is campaigns. And a campaign, so in Abila, we've always seen campaigns as one thing and solicitations as another. In Salesforce, there's no need to separate those things out. A campaign is a solicitation. It's also a campaign. There's different kinds of campaigns. There's fundraising campaigns. There's events. There's if you just want a contact list, if you want an email campaign, if you want a direct mail campaign, like our appeal or something like that. These are all different kinds of campaigns that we can configure. So those are the four tabs that are used the most in fundraising in Salesforce. This is like out of the box, the most basic kind. I actually like to create a couple more custom so that we can do a lot better job in accounting and reconciliation, and also for annual campaign metrics. So I have a whole other thing that I can show in a separate video or slide. Okay. That's all for the basics, and my next video will show you how to do a gift entry.